This is Greg Swain for BloodyKnux.com reporting. I'm standing here with Mike Carrier, a amateur MMA fighter and owner of United MMA, which runs out of Algonquin College in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Mike, how are you doing today?
Very good. Yourself?
Excellent, thank you. So I understand that you are going to be fighting on April the 4th in Laval, Quebec.
That's correct.
And what is the name of your opponent?
The opponent I'm supposed to be fighting, his name is Jake Simon. He fought on the same card that I fought a few weeks back. And we are going to be facing each other on April 4th.
All right, and what weight class is this going to be taking part in? Because I understand you have dropped from 250 pounds down to, you fought at 190, I believe, at the last MMA bout that you had.
It was 185 last time with a 5-pound ounce. I weighed in at 189. Same weight class this time.
Same weight class. Okay, now you are looking in the future to stay at middleweight, or are you looking to drop even more?
In the future, my goal is to drop down to welterweight, 170. See how I feel from there once I make my move to the pros. If I'm capable of doing it, 155 would be, I think, an ideal weight class for me.
All right, perfect. So it's safe to say that professional debut, when time comes, you're looking for 155, or is it kind of a toss-up between that?
It's kind of a toss-up between that and 170. It all depends on how big I get. I've lost a lot of weight, yes, but I still have a lot of mass on me, and it's to see once I lose more body fat how I'm going to end up cutting down to that weight. So if I'm not capable of doing it, I'll just add more lean mass to me and then just fight at 170.
Excellent. All right. So now explain to us what your training camp has been like running United MMA. I know that you're teaching 4 days a week, and plus you're practicing with United Wrestling Club here in Ottawa as well. What's your training camp looking like for the bout coming up in April?
Well, I've been working pretty hard. Pretty much I've had virtually no rest between my last fight and this one coming up. So I've been working my wrestling with National Capital Wrestling Club for at least 3 days a week. I'm here Monday, Wednesday, and then Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, training and wrestling for 2 hours at a time. I also train jiu-jitsu 3 days a week, sometimes 4 days, do MMA training up to 4 days a week along with my kickboxing and so on. I have a CrossFit instructor that works with me at least twice a week. So I'm doing in about an hour to 2 hours of CrossFit per day that I'm training, so about 2 or 3 times a week. And I hit the gym at least 2 or 3 times a week as well. So it's been pretty strenuous, but I feel great. Everything is coming together.
All right, perfect. Now, explain the rules for the fight real quick, because I understand as amateur, it's now is it 3 2-minute rounds, 3 3-minute rounds? How does that work?
It's 3 2-minute rounds. The difference is that we wear a 12-ounce boxing glove with fingers that are exposed. Your fingers are allowed to come out. They're a modified boxing glove, which are provided by the Quebec Amateur Athletic Commission. So we have those. We're required to wear shin pads, mouthpiece, and a cup, of course, but knees and elbows are forbidden, and any heel hooks. So anything that's of use of the elbows, forearm blows, knees, heel hooks, anything that is of a high risk dangers or high risk strikes, they're completely eliminated from the game.
Okay. Now, the reason being that we're venturing over to Quebec for these fights is MMA currently is not sanctioned in Ontario. BloodyKnux.com is going to be doing a 5-piece feature on this coming up in the next month. Now, as a owner of United MMA, obviously you run MMA programs in Ottawa, and I understand that you're looking to have a show as well. We do have to take that over to Quebec, is that correct?
Yes, there's a plan of doing a show, an amateur show in the region here. The date has not yet been discussed or settled per se, but we're in the process of looking to see what we can do. I feel that it's necessary to do it closer to the Ontario, Quebec, I guess if you want to call it borders, just because a lot of the MMA shows are in Quebec, deep in Montreal, Sherbrooke, Drummondville, those areas there, and it makes it very difficult for fighters from in Ontario, such as Hamilton. You're looking as far as Windsor and London and all that stuff to make the trek all the way out to Quebec, Montreal, and even if you're going to Sherbrooke, now you're looking at a further distance. So one of our goals is to see if there's an interest to bring amateur MMA into the area, and I believe that there is, especially for all of us who do fight, who have to travel an average of 2 hours every time that we want to go fight somewhere.
Absolutely. Well, it's nice that you're giving guys like amateur fighters a place to fight, to test their skills, and a chance to do the sport that they want to compete in, especially coming from Ontario.
That's correct.
So that being said, United MMA, tell me about your programs here.
Well, we've been at Algonquin for about a year now. Prior to that, we were at another location for almost 2.5 years. We made the move here because we had the greater space, we had a greater flexibility of time schedule as well too, And our relationship with National Capital Wrestling Club is a very close one. My son being a top contender in the national division, national level at the cadet age for wrestling. It made it a very important move for us to be coming out here. Clint Kingsbury, who's the head coach of National Capital Wrestling Club, is also one of our wrestling MMA coaches. He's an incredible coach and brings a lot of spirit and a lot of dedication to us, and also helps us push that threshold as well. Classes are relatively tough. We train really hard here. The difference with us sometimes what happens is that we do run an average of an hour and a half to 2 hour classes or practices in wrestling and also in jiu-jitsu and also mixed martial arts classes. Now, we don't try to claim to be a premier MMA club. We are a club that brings in people who have an interest in jiu-jitsu and mixed martial arts. I've been studying jiu-jitsu for a long time. I'm a third-degree black belt in Japanese jiu-jitsu. And I'm now taking the step towards becoming a student of the BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which I find is very, very much something that I could benefit from. It's incredible what you can learn from that. So tying in my wrestling or tying in the wrestling club with our club has made a big difference. And being that Clint is also one of the technical directors for youth development in Canada Wrestling, and he's also one of the figureheads when it comes to Canada grappling, I'm now affiliated with that as well too, and the rules that we follow for grappling are under FILA. And our move here was strategic as well in the sense that we would help the wrestling side of things here kind of move into the grappling side. So Clint is the wrestling coach and I'm the grappling coach for our club here. And also I am an official, national A-level official or referee with Canada Grappling. So our tie-in is very well linked together, and I think that's what makes it special and makes it important for us to be here.
Absolutely. It sounds like a solid program. There's lots of credentials, lots of background in both yourself and Mr. Kingsbury's background in martial arts.
Well, in addition, we also made ourselves we have an affiliate school in Canada called Winning Circle. Ken Franklin, who's the head MMA coach there, has had many amateur bouts. He has a total of 32 combined kickboxing, Muay Thai, and amateur MMA bouts, all taking place in the Calgary area in Ohio and in the States and that end there, posting a record of 31-1 in total, only losing one kickboxing bout, and he was basically undefeated in MMA. A lot of good fighters are coming out of there, such as Steve Alexopoulos, who is going to also be fighting on April 4th, and we're looking to bring him into our area here as well too to fight, hopefully on a bigger venue, as a main event. And there's a few other individuals that are going to be moving up as well too into the amateur ranks. And Ken has been a great coach to me, and it's been a great tie-in for us. What we've made is an arrangement between the two clubs that our students can cross-train without actually paying any extra dues or fees. And it allows us to be able to run programs 6 days a week, just like any other school that's on a commercial level that produces a commercial school. So it's pretty good.
That's perfect. Sounds like a solid program. Now, let us know about the fight that you're thinking about putting up. Date to be determined as of yet, but it's going to be an all amateur show. Is it pro-am? How are you guys going to do that?
It'll be all amateur. Definitely all amateur. What we're trying to do is to see if there's an interest, and we want to try to get local fighters involved in this card more than anything else. We want to be able to have our fans in our own backyard come and support us. It's very hard to go outside and bring in a big fan base unless you have many fighters from your region. I mean, when I went to the last fights, when I fought the last time, we had fighters from a few schools from Ottawa that were there. So it brought in a good fan base for us to have out there, but at the same time, if we're here, we know that we're going to have the advantaged position of the crowd cheering for our local fighters, and that's what we're trying to do. Absolutely,
and I agree with that, and I think that's something that every local fighter needs is their hometown supporting them and having the support of the people around them, their families, friends, etc. So that's a great thing that you guys are putting on that show. It gives people in Ontario hope for MMA and martial arts, as you may have already known that the Ontario government has collapsed our Ontario Muay Thai organization. Muay Thai shows have been put off amateur level anyways in Ontario as well. So MMA is hurting for mixed martial arts and martial arts in general right now, so anything helps. We'll have more information on the show as it comes, of course, and good luck in all your training. We'll be touching base with you again in a few weeks as part of my story on MMA in Ontario and what's being done. by fighters and of course by the athletic commissions as well. So good luck with your training, stay healthy, and we look forward to speaking with you again soon.
Perfect, thank you very much, Greg.
Thank you.